Amelia had spent years being ignored and excluded by her family, only to be used as a prop when they needed to repair their image. But when they tried to pull her back in for her mom's birthday, Amelia finally decided to stop playing their game. Instead of attending their family celebration, she threw her own housewarming party and made it clear to everyone why she wouldn't be a part of their facade anymore. Hi, I'm Sarah. Today I'm going to read you the story of Amelia, which is titled like this. My family forgot to invite me to the holidays for years, so I bought a house and had a housewarming party. All my relatives and friends were here, except for my family. A week later, they shouted, "How dare you embarrass us?" My answer, well, let's go. I'm sitting here on my couch scrolling through Instagram like any other Tuesday night when I see it. My sister Jenny's latest post from Christmas. There's mom and dad smiling by the tree. There's my older brother Mike with his wife Sarah and their 2 kids opening presents. There's Jenny herself, 28 and glowing, holding up some expensive-looking jewelry. The caption reads, "Best Christmas ever with the fam. So grateful for these people." The fam, right? I'm 32 years old and I wasn't there again. Just like I wasn't there for Thanksgiving 2 months ago. Just like I haven't been there for any holiday for the past 6 years. You want to know the crazy part? I used to be the one who organized everything. Back when I was in my 20s, I'd call everyone weeks in advance, make sure we had all the ingredients for mom's stuffing recipe, coordinate who was bringing what dishes. I was the family glue. Or so I thought. But somewhere along the way, things changed. The invitations stopped coming. At first, I figured it was just an oversight. Maybe they thought someone else had invited me. Maybe they assumed I knew I was welcome. So I'd show up anyway, and they'd act surprised, but not unwelcoming. Then it got weird. I'd call to ask what time dinner was, and they'd give me vague answers. "Oh, we're just doing something small this year," or "We weren't sure if you'd be free." But then I'd see the photos later. Full family gatherings, sometimes, with extended relatives I hadn't seen in years. The worst part happened 4 years ago. I'll never forget it because it was the moment I realized what was really going on. Mother's Day was coming up, and I called Mom 3 days before. "Hey, Mom, I want to come by Sunday to bring you flowers and spend some time with you." "Oh," she said, and there was this pause. "Well, okay, yes, come by." Not exactly enthusiastic, but whatever. I bought her this beautiful bouquet of white roses, her favorites, and drove the 45 minutes to their house in the suburbs. I even wore the dress she'd complimented me on before. Nobody was home. I stood there on their front porch, holding those flowers like an idiot for 15 minutes, ringing the doorbell over and over. I called Mom's cell, straight to voicemail. Called Dad, same thing. Mike didn't answer either, and neither did Jenny. I drove home confused and hurt, but I figured maybe there had been some emergency. Maybe someone was sick, and they'd all rushed to the hospital. I kept those flowers in a vase on my kitchen table, waiting for someone to call and explain. Then, Jenny posted the photos. Mother's Day brunch at Romano's with the best family ever. There they were, laughing over mimosas and eggs Benedict. Mom was wearing a corsage, not the flowers I'd brought, different ones. They'd planned it. They'd made reservations. They'd all gotten dressed up and gone out together, and not one of them had thought to tell me. That's when I stopped trying. I mean, what was the point? I still sent birthday texts because I'm not a complete monster, but I stopped calling about holidays. I stopped asking when we were getting together. And you know what? Nobody noticed. Nobody called to ask where I was or why I wasn't participating anymore. Well, except for my birthday. They forgot that too. Every year, Mike's birthday in March. Big family dinner. Jenny's in July. Pool party at Mom and Dad's. Mom's in February. Dad's in November. Always something special. Mine in September. Radio silence. Last year, my 31st birthday fell on a Saturday. I waited all day for someone to call or text. By 8 p.m., I ordered Chinese takeout and watched Netflix alone. Around 10, I got a text from Jenny. "OMG, sorry. Happy belated birthday. Work has been crazy. Work, right?" As if she'd been working on a Saturday night and just remembered her sister existed. So, here I am now, looking at their perfect Christmas photos, and something inside me just snaps Not in an angry way, in a clear way. Like suddenly I can see the whole picture instead of just trying to figure out what I did wrong. I don't need this. I don't need to keep hoping they'll remember I exist. I don't need to keep feeling like there's something wrong with me because my own family treats me like an afterthought. You know what I need? My own space, my own life, my own damn Christmas tree if I want one. I close Instagram and open my contacts. Sarah. Martinez has been my realtor friend since college, and she's always told me to call her when I'm ready to buy. Well, guess what? I'm ready. It rings 3 times before she picks up. Amelia, it's been forever. How are you? I'm good. Actually, I'm great. Listen, remember how you always said you'd help me find a house when I was ready? Well, I'm ready. Seriously? That's amazing. What are you looking for? I lean back on my couch and smile for the first time all evening. Something nice. Not huge, but nice. Good neighborhood. Move-in ready if possible. I've been saving for years and I've got enough for a solid down payment. We talked numbers for a few minutes. I've been smart with money, probably because I haven't been spending it on big family vacations or group gifts or any of the other things people with close families do. My savings account is actually pretty impressive. After we hang up, I feel this weird lightness in my chest, like I've been holding my breath for 6 years and finally remembered how to exhale. The next 6 weeks fly by like a dream. Sarah finds me the perfect house, a little blue colonial on Maple Street that just came on the market. The owner is relocating for work and wants to sell it fully furnished. The moment I walk through that front door, I know this is it. Big windows, updated kitchen, 2 bedrooms upstairs, and a tiny backyard with a patio. Everything is tasteful and comfortable. A soft gray couch, white wooden bed frame, even nice dishes. It's like someone designed a life I actually want to live. I put in an offer that afternoon. 2 days later, it's accepted. 5 weeks after deciding to change my life, I'm standing in my own house with my own keys. My house. The words still sound weird in my head. I work at Davidson Marketing as a senior account manager. 3 years ago, they promoted me to handle our biggest clients, which came with a substantial pay raise. That's how I managed to save so much for this house. My family has no idea what I do for work or how well I'm doing. They've never asked. 2 weeks after moving in, I decide to have a housewarming party. I make a list of everyone who actually matters to me. My college friends, work colleagues, neighbors, extended family like my cousin Rachel and Aunt Linda. Real people who care about me, not people who treat me like an afterthought. The one thing I don't do is invite my immediate family. Mom, Dad, Mike, Jenny, none of them get a call or text. For the first time in my adult life, I'm throwing a party and they're not automatically included. Saturday arrives and my little house fills up with people talking and laughing. Uncle Tom brings his famous potato salad. Jessica shows up with champagne. My neighbor Patricia invites me to join their book club. Around 4 p.m., Aunt Linda pulls me aside. "Honey, this is a beautiful party," she says. "But where's your mom and dad and Mike and Jenny?" I look her right in the eye. I didn't invite them. "Oh, did something happen?" "Yeah. For the last 6 years, they haven't invited me to any family holidays, so I decided not to invite them either." Aunt Linda's face changes completely. "Amelia, are you serious?" "I had no idea they weren't including you." "They weren't. It is what it is. I know Aunt Linda is the family gossip in the best way. By tomorrow, half my extended family will know exactly why I didn't invite my parents and siblings." The party goes until 8 p.m. When the last guest leaves, I sit on my couch in my quiet house, feeling peaceful. 3 days later, my phone starts ringing. Mom's name appears on the screen. I let it go to voicemail. Then Dad calls, then Mike, then Jenny. I don't answer any of them. The texts start coming next. Mom: "How dare you embarrass us like that in front of everyone?" Mike: "What the hell is wrong with you? Now all our relatives think we don't like you." Jenny: "Everyone's asking why we treat you differently. This is so humiliating." I laugh out loud reading these messages. They're not upset that they hurt me. They're upset that they got caught. I don't respond to any of them. A few more days pass. It's Saturday morning and I'm drinking coffee on my patio when there's a loud knock on my front door. I look through the peephole and my heart sinks. All 4 of them are standing on my doorstep: Mom, Dad, Mike, and Jenny. I open the door slowly. What do you need? Mom doesn't even answer. She just pushes past me into my house like she owns the place. The others follow her in. What do you think you're doing? I ask, but they're already spreading out. Mike and Jenny immediately start walking around, inspecting everything. Mike runs his hand along my kitchen counter. Jenny peers into my living room like she's taking inventory. Nice place, Jenny says, but not like a compliment. Meanwhile, Mom starts shouting, "How could you disgrace us like this, Amelia? Do you have any idea what you've done? Linda has been calling me nonstop. All our relatives are asking why we treat our children differently. They're asking why we made you an outsider." Dad nods vigorously. "You need to call everyone back and tell them you were joking. Tell them we're a close family and you were just being dramatic." I stare at them. Why haven't you invited me to family parties for the last 6 years? The room goes quiet. Mom's mouth opens and closes like a fish. Dad looks at the floor. Well, Mom starts mumbling something incoherent. "You don't even wish me happy birthday," I say. Both my parents turn red. Mike and Jenny come back from their house tour. Jenny plops down on my couch like she belongs there. "So, how'd you afford this place?" she asks. "It's really nice. Must have cost a fortune." "If you were interested in my life," I'd say, "you'd know I've been in a senior position at my company for 3 years. I earned good money." Mom jumps back into the conversation. "Well, you never told us about your promotion. How are we supposed to know if you didn't tell us?" I look directly at her. "What's the name of the company I work for?" Silence. They all look at each other. Mom's eyes dart to Dad. Dad looks at Mike. Mike looks at Jenny. Jenny examines her fingernails. None of them know where I work. None of them have ever asked. I stand up. I'm not going to deny anything to anyone. I'm not going to pretend we're a close-knit family when we're not. I walk to the front door and open it wide. "Time for you to leave." Mom's jaw drops. "You're not even going to offer us tea?" "I've already done more for you than you ever did for me," I say. "At least I'm letting you leave with dignity instead of leaving you standing on a doorstep with flowers like you did to me on Mother's Day." Mom's face turns bright red. She opens her mouth to say something, then closes it again. One by one, they file out of my house. Dad won't look at me. Mike shakes his head like I'm the unreasonable one. Jenny pauses at the door. "This isn't over," she says. "Yes, it is," I reply, and close the door in her face. I lean against it for a moment, listening to them argue in my driveway before their car doors slam, and they drive away. After they leave, I expect silence. I figure they'll sulk for a while and then pretend none of this ever happened, which would be fine by me. But apparently, my family doesn't give up that easily. 3 days later, an email pops up in my inbox from Dad. The subject line reads, "Family. Dinner invitation." I almost delete it without reading, but curiosity gets the better of me. "Dear Amelia, your mother and I would like to invite you to dinner this Sunday at 6 p.m. We'll be having pot roast and mashed potatoes. We hope you can join us. Love, Dad." It's so formal and weird, like I'm a distant relative they barely know. I delete it without responding. The next day, Jenny texts me. "Want to go shopping this weekend? There's a sale at Nordstrom, and I thought we could hang out like old times." Old times? What old times? We haven't gone shopping together since I was in college. I ignore the text. Then Mike gets creative. He sends me an email with photos attached, old pictures of us as kids. There's one of him teaching me to ride a bike when I was 6 and he was 10. Another of all 3 of us building a snowman in the backyard. The email says, "Remember when we were close? I miss those days." I stare at those photos for a long time. We did used to be close when we were little, But that was before they decided I didn't matter anymore. I don't respond to Mike either. A week goes by with more attempts. Mom leaves a voicemail asking if I need anything for my new place. Dad sends another dinner invitation. Jenny tries calling twice. I ignore all of it. I think maybe they're finally getting the message when Mom shows up at my door again. This time she's alone, and she looks different. Smaller somehow, less angry, and more desperate. Amelia, please, can we talk? I want to apologize for everything. I know we haven't been good to you, and I want to make it right. She's looking at me with these sad eyes, and for a second I almost feel bad for her. Almost. It's my birthday in 2 weeks, she continues. I'm planning to celebrate at home with just family. Just us. No big party, no extended relatives. I want you to be there, honey. It's important to me. Just family. The words hit me weird because apparently just family has meant everyone except Amelia for 4 years now. Please, Mom, she says. I want to rebuild our relationship. This is my chance to show you that you matter to us. She looks so sincere, so hopeful. And despite everything, she's still my mom. The woman who taught me to braid my hair and helped me with my first heartbreak. Okay, I hear myself saying. I'll come. Mom's face lights up like Christmas morning. She steps forward and hugs me tight, and I let her. She smells like the perfume she's worn my whole life, and for a moment, I'm 8 years old again. Thank you, sweetheart. This means everything to me. After she leaves, I feel cautiously hopeful. Maybe they really have learned something. Maybe almost losing me completely made them realize they'd been taking me for granted. Maybe we can actually fix this. I spend the next week thinking about what gift to get her. I finally settle on a beautiful silk scarf from this boutique downtown. Navy blue with tiny silver stars. It costs more than I usually spend, but it feels right, like a peace offering. 3 days before Mom's birthday, I'm at work finishing up a client presentation when my phone rings. Aunt Linda's name pops up. Hi, Aunt Linda. What's up? Oh, honey, I'm so excited. I just talked to your mom and she told me the good news. What good news? That you two made up. She said you're coming to her birthday party. I'm so glad you worked things out with your family. My stomach drops. Party? I thought it was just going to be a family dinner. Oh no, she's invited everyone. All the aunts and uncles, all the cousins. She said she wants to prove to everyone that you're all one big happy family again. She's been calling relatives all week, telling them how excited she is that her daughter is coming home. I hang up, without saying goodbye. I sit in my car in the parking garage for 20 minutes, shaking with anger. They haven't changed at all. They don't want to rebuild our relationship. They want to use me as a prop. They want to parade me around in front of our relatives so everyone will stop asking uncomfortable questions about why they excluded me. This whole thing was never about loving me or missing me. It was about protecting their reputation. I drive to the mall and return Mom's gift. The saleswoman asks if there's anything wrong with it. No, I say. It's perfect. It's just going to the wrong person. I don't call Mom to tell her I'm not coming. I don't text or email or send a carrier pigeon. If she wants to use me for her little show, she can wonder where her star performer is. Sunday arrives. Mom's birthday. I turn off my phone at 5 p.m. and make myself a nice dinner. Grilled chicken, roasted vegetables, a glass of wine. I eat on my patio and watch the sunset. At 6:30, I turn my phone back on. 15 missed calls, 7 voicemails, dozens of texts. The first voicemail is from Mom at 6:05. Honey, where are you? Everyone's here waiting for you. The second is at 6:15. Amelia, please call me back. People are asking where you are. By 6:45, Dad's calling. Your mother is very upset. You need to get here right now. Mike texts at 7:00 p.m. What the hell? Get your ass over here. Mom's crying. Jenny at 7:15. Everyone's staring at us. This is so embarrassing. Just come already. At 7:30, my phone rings again. Aunt Linda. I answer this time. Hi, Linda. Amelia, where are you? I'm at your mom's party and everyone's wondering where you are. Your mom keeps checking her phone and looking at the door. Put the phone on speaker so everyone can hear me. There's some rustling. Then Linda's voice sounds far away. Okay, you're on speaker. Everyone's listening. I take a deep breath. Hi, everyone. I want you all to know that when my mother invited me to this party, she told me it would